Across the African continent, a new conversation is taking shape, one centered on sovereignty, technology, and the future of African-led security. This shift was made unmistakably clear in Bamako, Mali, where the BAMEX 2025 International Defense and Security Exhibition opened its doors for the very first time. What unfolded there was far more than a conventional military showcase. It was a declaration of direction, a message that Africa is no longer content to be a passive observer in global defense innovation. Instead, it is positioning itself as an active architect of its own security landscape. At the heart of this event was a powerful idea. Africa must be capable of designing its own solutions, building its own defense industries, and choosing partners who respect its sovereignty. As leaders, military experts, innovators, and researchers gathered in Bamako, the atmosphere made one thing clear. This was a defining moment not only for Mali, but for the entire continent. The exhibition was inaugurated by Mali's Prime Minister, Major General Abdoulaye Maïga, who underscored the urgency of Africa building a more autonomous security architecture. With terrorism, political instability, and geopolitical pressure affecting several regions, the Prime Minister emphasized that security can no longer be treated as an optional priority. It is now an obligation, a precondition for sovereignty, development, and the stability of nations. What made this exhibition particularly striking was the strong presence of the Sahel Confederation, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, whose leaders have been pushing for deeper regional integration through shared security strategies. Their cooperation, born out of the creation of the Alliance of Sahel States in 2023 and strengthened by the formation of the Sahel Confederation in 2024, signals a bold step toward unified military command and shared defense capabilities. Their presence at BAMEX was a reminder that regional unity is becoming the cornerstone of Africa's new security vision. BAMEX 2025 also highlighted the rapidly expanding partnership between Mali and Turkey. Over the past years, Turkey has emerged as a significant military collaborator for several African states, offering defense technology, training, and co-financing models designed to strengthen local industries. Turkish companies dominated the exhibition's displays, showcasing drones with advanced capabilities, modern ammunition production systems, and a range of weaponry adapted to modern warfare. For many African observers, this was an opportunity to witness a different kind of partnership, one built on cooperation rather than dependency, and on mutual benefit rather than geopolitical strings. Visitors explored everything from 12-gauge shotguns to advanced 7.62 caliber rifles, from armored equipment to drones capable of both surveillance and precision strikes. Manufacturers from Mali and across the Sahel showcased their own innovations as well, emphasizing the growing determination to develop homegrown defense industries. For companies like the Malian ammunition manufacturer that has operated for over 25 years, BAMEX was a long overdue platform to present their products to a regional audience. Throughout the exhibition, one message echoed repeatedly: Africa must no longer remain a spectator in the global defense arena. With rapid technological change reshaping warfare, decision-makers argued that African nations must also evolve, collaborate, and invest in indigenous technology. Exhibitors and visitors alike remarked that events like BAMEX serve as rare forums where African defense needs, African expertise, and African partnerships can converge in one place. Many attendees also addressed the narrative maintained by foreign media, portraying Bamako as unstable. Instead, thousands of visitors walked through the exhibition halls without fear, demonstrating that the city remains lively, secure, and capable of hosting international events. For many, this alone was a symbolic victory, an opportunity to push back against negative portrayals and assert the reality on the ground. Officials from more than 15 countries attended, including ministers of defense, high-level generals, and international partners from regions as diverse as North Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. The participation of Turkey's Vice President of Defense Industries, a key figure reporting directly to the Turkish presidency, further elevated the significance of the event. In his interview, Colonel Motorola of Mali's armed forces explained that the decision to expand the exhibition this year reflects Mali's rising ambitions. After hosting a smaller demonstration in 2024 at a local police school, the transitional government decided to take the concept to a new level, inviting international exhibitors, expanding the program, and opening the doors to the general public. According to him, the exhibition is not just about weapons, it is about strengthening resilience, increasing visibility, and reinforcing Mali's place within the sub-region. Colonel Motorola also emphasized that Turkey was chosen as a primary partner because it respects Mali's three guiding principles: sovereignty, freedom to choose its partners, and the prioritization of the Malian people's interests. These principles, he said, form the foundation of all current defense collaborations. The exhibition will also include live demonstrations in Kuluba, where visitors can observe weapons in action, drones, machine guns, and other tactical systems. These demonstrations are intended to show practical capabilities and help governments and investors make informed decisions. As the event continues, the hope is that BAMEX 2025 will help inspire more South-South defense partnerships, encourage the transfer of technology, and accelerate the development of African defense industries. Officials believe that long-term success must be built on cooperation, resilience, and a collective desire to secure the continent without relying excessively on foreign powers. For the people of Mali, the exhibition is a source of pride. It signals that despite years of conflict, political pressure, and international scrutiny, the country remains committed to defining its own future. Visitors expressed that they felt not only inspired, but validated, affirmed in their belief that Africa can and should take charge of its destiny. The organizers reiterated that the event is open to the public. They invited citizens from all walks of life to tour the exhibition, learn about modern defense technologies, and understand how these tools contribute to national security. For many, this openness represents a step toward building public awareness and strengthening unity between civilians and the military. As the exhibition continues to unfold, one theme stands above all. Africa is entering a new era, one driven by innovation, cooperation, and a determination to stand strong on the global stage. BAMEX 2025 is more than just an event. It is a statement that Africa's future security will be shaped by African hands, African minds, and African leadership.
In such a context, security can no longer be considered an option, but rather an obligation. It stands as an essential condition for the survival of states, for the protection of populations and the sovereignty of African nations. The success of the existential fight against terrorism now requires anticipation, innovation, and genuine strengthened cooperation. In the face of these Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso and Head of State, General Azmi Goweta, President of the Transition, Head of State and President of the Confederation of Sahel States, and General Abdourahmane Tiani, President of the Republic of Niger, had the brilliant idea to create, on September 16, 2023, the Alliance of Sahel States, which became the Confederation of Sahel States on July 6, 2024. The overall objective of this new confederal sub-regional integration entity is to eradicate terrorism by pooling the efforts of our states through the creation of a unified force with a single command.
The BAMEX 2025 International Defense and Security Exhibition aims to be a unique event on the continent. Under the theme, Africa at the heart of global defense innovations, this event aims to modernize African armed forces and strengthen their capabilities, as well as a central player in redefining African security partnerships.
The Bamako International Defense and Security Exhibition, BAMEX 2025, was born from this deep conviction that the security and sovereignty of African nations must first rely on their own forces, their own expertise, and their own alliances. BAMEX 25 is designed to foster partnership and dialogue among decision makers